22-year-old Riley Fox drowned body was found in a creek about 4 miles from her home.
Volunteers found the little girl's body in a creek in the Forsyth Woods. Police say whoever killed her took her to these woods to try to hide her body.
The thing that stood out was the Forsyth Preserve, because unless you were from that area, you would never find that place.
This is the location where Riley was found. This is where she floated up to.
Forsyth Woods and Forked Creek, where Riley's body was found, suddenly become ground zero for this investigation, and the Will County Sheriff's Department is tasked with leading the investigation.
Investigators tonight brought boats to the scene to comb for evidence.
There was a log jam further downstream that went from bank to bank, and anything that got thrown into the water was going to get caught. That's the location where I found the shoe.
A little while later, they come across a matching sneaker.
There was a tree branch that was in the water, and a shoe flipped up that was caught on the shoelace. 20 years, I'd never found a match shoe.
They take the tennis shoes, put them in evidence, and that was the end of it.
And here's the thing. There's actually something written in the tongue of the shoe. The letters E-B-Y.
They never looked at those shoes.
Hi. Hi. When Riley is found, she has duct tape across her mouth. She has residue on her wrists that would suggest that she may have been duct taped on her wrists. She just had on like a top-type shirt.
Her partially clothed body was soon discovered.
The toddler's drowned body was found in the creek. The child was held under the water.
Her mouth taped shut.
The forensic examination revealed that Riley Fox was alive at the time she entered the creek. Additionally, the autopsy revealed that Riley Fox suffered non-lethal head injuries and that a sexual assault had taken place.
The police were hoping to get DNA evidence from her clothing or from her body.
They did a rape kit, and they did test for blood, bodily fluids not belonging to Riley.
There were about 20 items that were eventually sent to the FBI for forensic testing. The rape kit, the duct tape, Riley's clothes. The problem was there was this enormous backlog at Quantico.
The funeral services were held at St. Rose Catholic Church. 6,000 people showed up.
We all decided that we were going to wear pink. We had ribbons and pins with her picture.
The little girl who loved pink is mourned by family and friends in this small southwest suburban town of Wilmington. Bits of pink were seen throughout the funeral service for Riley Fox.
There were lots of photographers and reporters watching people come in and out of the church.
The police are there too, but to surveil, to observe, to watch for the killer.
There were 2 detectives with video cameras pointed at Kevin Fox.
Within an hour of the funeral ending, police came to my house and they asked if there was any reason that I would believe Kevin to be capable of doing something like this. And before the question even came out of their mouth, my answer was no.
At one point, officers asked if they would mind if they asked Tyler, the son, a few questions.
Tyler Fox is an incredibly important witness. He's the first person who sees that his sister is missing. He should have been interviewed on day 1.
They told me they just wanted to see if they could jog his memory, if he might have remembered something from that night that he might have been afraid to tell Kevin or I.
Fast forward 16 days, he's interviewed by the child advocacy forensic interviewer.
Can you just have a seat there for me?
The interview was a disaster from minute 1.
Oh, right.
I'm Julianne Himmelstein, and I'm a former federal prosecutor. I had the opportunity to interview thousands of children. I normally do not have a desk in between me and the child. I have a box of crayons and paper.
Where was Riley? On the couch. How did she get on the couch? Dad put her on there.
The interviewer continued to ask him
about where the father was, where Kevin was, to the point where he became upset. I mean, sobbing, crying. He was visibly shaken.
He pulls the hood of his sweatshirt over his face. He curls up in his chair.
Did you take Riley outside? No. Did you see Dad carry her out just for a little bit? It's okay if you did. Did you see Dad take her out for just a little bit? Was he carrying her? No.
168 times he says his father had nothing to do with Riley's disappearance.
No.
168 times he says he didn't see anything, he was asleep. But they won't take no for an answer.
I need to know who took Riley out of the house. I don't know. Or who did she go with? I don't know.
A detective was behind a one-way mirror. His form was outlined ghostly, like a specter, watching every move Tyler made, every word he spoke.
Sorry, I don't think there's any more questions for you.
She shuts it down finally. The kid is hysterically crying. Obviously, he's in so much pain. It's just very disturbing.
To watch it hurts your stomach.
She made me cry.
I had just lost a child, and then to see the way that they decided to treat the one that I still had, it was really terrible.
After they had questioned Tyler, I knew that that was a red flag.
Chad felt that the police were focusing on Kevin. They kept dropping by the house. One officer would come over just to play catch with Tyler.
I said, would you please talk to an attorney? No obligation.
Kevin and I were like, we're fine. What do we need an attorney for?
Kevin and Melissa don't realize this, but there is this dark cloud of suspicion beginning to form over Kevin Fox. One of the things detectives are looking at is this piece of grainy surveillance video from a mobile station right there in town of an SUV, a vehicle seen in those early morning hours when Riley disappeared. And they believe that whoever's driving that car might be Riley Fox's killer.
We were getting ready to have dinner, and the police called me. They said, Melissa, we need you and Kevin to get here immediately. We've got something to tell you about the case.
The Foxes think this is it. This is what we've been waiting for. But, you know the old saying, be careful what you wish for.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.